Welcome to Imtech Traffic and Infra UK's QHSE department. This short video has been prepared to give you a brief overview of waste management and some of the issues that we face. The cost of waste. Waste is estimated to cost the UK industry at least £15 billion per year, or some 4.5% of total turnover. In most companies, the cost of waste could be reduced by at least 1% through the implementation of a simple but formal waste minimisation programme. Waste costs are either direct or indirect. Direct costs are visible and include waste collection and disposal costs. However, the bulk of our waste costs are indirect and hidden to us. They make up the largest proportion of the total waste costs in any business. The indirect cost of waste. Hidden waste costs are factors such as raw material costs, energy consumption, water consumption, effluent generation, packaging, factory and office consumables, wasted time and effort. These costs are generally hidden in business accounts and are not shown as separate items, but they do exist even for the most efficient of companies. Indirect costs arise whether we like it or not, and they are significant whether we realise it or not. Direct costs and what we can do. When we look at the direct cost of waste within our organisation, we are referring to the following factors: skip or bin rental, collection costs, disposal, treatment or recycling costs, and landfill tax, which is currently set at £72 per tonne, and therefore makes the option of waste disposal to landfill approximately 40% more than the recycling options that are available to us. Increasingly, our customers and investors all have a growing interest in environmental performance, as waste minimisation shows how effectively and efficiently we control our operations. Our customers, therefore, are asking for evidence of good environmental performance. Waste minimisation proves our overall commitment to minimising costs and is an integral part of our environmental management strategy for Imtech. So, what can we do to improve environmental performance? We can compact waste, collapse cardboard boxes, stack and wrap items for easy collection. Segregate our waste effectively, ensuring the correct bins or skips are used as indicated externally. Avoid waste streams associated with a disposal option, such as general waste. Think, can you put your waste into a dry mixed recycling waste stream? Reuse whatever you can, where possible, and inform management if they can do more to reuse. We should also apply the waste hierarchy, but more on this later. As an employee, you know where materials or resources are being wasted and can see the cost benefits and efficiencies that will make our company more competitive and safeguarding our future. Cut waste and we will boost profit. Money saved from waste minimisation goes straight to our bottom line. Your waste responsibilities. In this section, we will look at the principles of duty of care, pre-treatment of waste, and hazardous waste. Duty of care. The government wants to ensure that producers of waste take responsibility for ensuring their waste is managed without harm to human health or to the environment. An effective duty of care regime combined with licensed waste carriers can help to ensure waste is dealt with properly, leading to a reduction in waste crime and fly tipping. We call these waste controls. Duty of care applies to anyone who is the holder of controlled waste. In our case, the holder is Imtech Traffic and Infra UK, including every individual who is an employee of Imtech. Some of the waste controls that we should all be thinking about are the secure storage, in where we must keep our waste safe against a variety of factors, corrosion or wear of containers, accidental spilling or leaking or leaching from waste that is unprotected from rainfall or storm waters, the breaking open of waste by accident or through the inclement weather and subsequently allowing it to escape, waste blowing away or falling while stored or transported, scavenging of waste by vandals, thieves, children, trespassers, or animals. Safe transport. Subject to certain exemptions, anyone carrying waste in the course of their business or in any other way for profit must be registered with the Environment Agency or with the Scottish Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EA or SEPA. Anyone intending to transfer waste to a carrier will need to check that the carrier is registered or is exempt from registration. Ask for a copy of registration certificate, or check that the vehicle registration matches annual waste transfer notes that have been approved and signed by the QHSE department. We are also responsible for our waste whilst it is being transported. Does the vehicle look suitable to carry our waste? Licensed carriers, transfer sites and disposal sites. The EA and SEPA hold a public register of carriers, transferers and disposers. For the purpose of duty of care, holders may use the EA and SEPA's public registers as a reference list of those who are licensed to deal in waste. Correct completion of waste transfer notes. By making ourselves aware of licensed waste contractors and checking for the above, we can ensure that the correct details are added to our waste transfer note documentation, a key component of ensuring that waste duty of care has been applied. To complete a transfer note, you should ensure that there is at least the following information recorded: what waste is being collected, how the waste is contained, quantity of the waste, name and contact details of involved parties, including us, for example, collection addresses and delivery addresses with associated license numbers, a declaration that the waste hierarchy has been applied, and signatures and dates of those involved with the transfer. Pre-treatment of waste. Regulations require IMTEC to pre-treat waste. The requirement to treat waste is the main aim of the Landfill Directive, which tries to prevent or reduce as far as possible the negative effects of waste on the environment. Pre-treatment of waste aims to help increase waste recycling and recovery, and to help reduce potentially polluting emissions from landfills, as well as reduce the cost of waste disposal to producers. For the waste to be seen as pre-treated, it must comply with the definition of a treatment. This involves a 3-point test in which the proposed treatment option must be completed. Sorting, or some form of physical, thermal, chemical or biological processing of the waste. The processing must change the characteristics of the waste, and changes to the waste must be done in order to reduce the waste volume, reduce its hazardous nature, facilitate handling, or enhance its recovery. For IMTEC to meet these criteria, we must ensure that we have separated and stored our waste, reduced our waste volumes, for example by collapsing boxes and pulling apart bulky items, enhancing our waste recovery by wrapping waste, containing it in compact, easy to handle or easy to collect loads, sorting dry mixed recycling from general wastes. Hazardous waste. Hazardous waste is waste that may cause particular harm to human health or the environment. We must take particular care to ensure hazardous waste produced or handled by IMTEC causes no harm or damage. This means that we have extra duties under the duty of care regulations. The QHSE team have already taken measures to ensure that IMTEC are registered and authorised to dispose of our hazardous wastes where applicable in line with hazardous waste regulations. What you should do is ensure that the waste is classified. For example, split into waste streams such as fluorescent tubes, batteries, machine oil, and or rags, granules used to absorb spills. and that all these separated wastes are stored safely. If you have any doubt about the storage or separation of a hazardous waste, please contact the QHSE team for more information. As a final note, failure to comply with the duty of care regulations can result in a fine of up to £5,000, or on conviction and indictment, the fine is unlimited. This basically means that everything from putting batteries in a general waste bin to fly tipping, which is the dumping of waste in a site that is not licensed to hold waste, is punishable by up to a £5,000 fine for each separate offence. The waste hierarchy. There are various simple, no-cost and low-cost money-saving ideas related to reducing the impact of waste. All revolve around the phraseology of eliminate, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Of these ideas, and one which we must apply by law as part of the Waste Regulations 2011, is the waste hierarchy. The waste hierarchy. More information. Before implementation of the waste, we should look to first eliminate the source of our waste, and then apply the hierarchy in order to reduce the amounts of waste being produced, reduce any waste that does arise, reuse any waste that arises, recycle the waste, and only when these options have been eliminated or cannot be used should we look to send the waste for recovery or disposal. To assist in ensuring the principles of the waste hierarchy are followed, we can employ a short mental checklist of first clearly identifying the various waste streams that we produce on site, optimizing your waste segregation and recycling to minimize the amount of waste that requires disposal. Then avoid contaminating the waste streams, as this lowers their value both commercially and environmentally. After we have applied this hierarchy of control, ImTech looks to make the